This episode of Static is brought to you by Red Dirt Brothers Guitars. I'm George Lang, and this is Static. My guest today, Fiawna Forte, wrote her first song when she was 2 years old. Now, since then, she's developed a substantial following in Tulsa area clubs. She's branched into acting and appears in Sterling Harjo's latest film, Barking Water, and she's recording her debut album with members of the Red Alert. This is Fiawna Forte.
I grew up just writing songs. It's just what I did naturally, and luckily I had really cool parents that noticed that and kind of, they really supported me to do what I wanted to do. I would write just tons of these songs, and I would go and sit in the studio, and the guy would hit record, and I would just keep playing, and he'd even leave and go run errands and stuff and come back, and when I was done, he'd just go and break them all up, and then I'd make a little demo out of it. I wrote songs and I heard all this stuff in my head, but I couldn't do that on my own, and I couldn't play all these instruments that I could record an album like that. And so I started playing with my good friend Mason Rimmel, who plays drums, and he started playing all these gigs with me, and it gave me a chance to buy an electric guitar and start playing, a little louder and a little heavier. And it really added a lot to what I was hearing in my head. Originally I wanted to hire on a bunch of musicians just to come play, but after playing with these guys, it actually really changed how I was singing, how I was playing, to the place where, if I would have done this on my own a couple years ago, it would not sound anything like this. The one movie that I was in, Find Me, I was actually singing at one of my really good friends' weddings. Me and the guys, we put together a little jazz band, and we're playing at her wedding, and the director came up to me and said, "Hey, I love your voice. Is like, would you consider maybe writing a song for the film?" And I said, "Yeah, that'd be great." And then he sat back and he kind of stared at me for a second. He goes, "Have you ever done any acting?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I've done a little bit when I was a kid." The other one, Barking Water, which actually went on to Sundance, and it's doing a lot of really cool stuff. Sterling Harjo came to me and asked if I wanted to have a song in the film because he had heard I'd Rather Die, the song, and was interested in putting it in the film. And so I went to meet with him to discuss the contract and all that stuff. And I asked him, I said, "Well, I've done a little bit of acting. Do you have any roles, that maybe, just a little cameo thing here or there?" And he said, "It's funny you ask. He's like, I have one part that you would be perfect for that we have left, and I haven't been able to feel it." He offered me the role, and I drove out to Ponca City, and we filmed it, and I loved it. It was awesome. My options are kind of open right now on what direction I want to take. We're still kind of figuring all that out, but regardless if, we get on a bigger tour or if we sign to a label or anything like that, we will be touring. I mean, I know enough people in different cities that will let us stay and eat for free, so we can. But we do plan on, if not this fall, then hopefully by the spring, we'll be doing somewhat of a tour.